4-game stretch as we had with those 3 road games and Wisconsin at home, and then finishing off the tough stretch with Michigan tomorrow. And, we finally get the bye week. I think we're the last team in the league to get it. And, we just got to find a way to get through it tomorrow. We're playing a team that's coming off of their best game, I thought, from start to finish of the season. Michigan's played 12 games in the league. They've had the lead at halftime in 10 of them. And in one of them that they didn't have a lead, they were down 1 to Illinois. And the only game that, really they were in a tough position was at Purdue, which pretty much everybody, when they go to Purdue, is in that situation. So it's a team, it's going to be playing with confidence after finding a way to beat a very good Wisconsin team. And we got to come out of the gate strong. It's going to be very important in this one, is to get off to a good start, and then hopefully, play the way we're supposed to, and do do the things that make us successful for 40 minutes.
Started with the bigger lineup the other night. What went into that decision?
Well, we wanted to get our most physical guys out there early in the game, and obviously it didn't pay off. We were not very good early in that game at Northwestern. So, we'll figure it out. We played a couple different lineups in practice today, and, we'll make that decision and shoot around tomorrow on how we're going to start. Because I thought Jamarcus was terrific. I thought Jamarcus really gave us a nice spark off the bench. I thought he was aggressive in transition. He had a couple of really nice finishes at the basket, hit a big 3 for us late, I think, to cut it to 9, and gave us a chance. So I was proud of Jamarcus. He talked to me about really liking that role of coming off the bench, and we'll see. We have to do what's best for us as far as the lineup is concerned. But Jamarcus did like that change in just change the rhythm of his game, I thought, in the flow, and he played one of his better games of the year.
Coach, you also said that you sound like a broken record, but turnovers and offensive rebounds. What's the focus been since the Northwestern game, and how do you try to find that spark and just crack through?
The focus has been rebounding and taking care of the ball. As simple as that. I mean, I wish I could say something else, guys, but sometimes. And I'll say this: we blocked out better. We actually hit on a lot of occasions. We just didn't come up with the ball. Whether we went up with one hand or a guy reached over top of us. You got to find a way to finish those off. We tried to go through and get a loose ball with one hand and almost dribble it, as opposed to coming to a jump stop, securing that thing with 2, and going and playing on the other end. And then they beat us on a 50-50 ball on the floor, and that just seemed to happen for most of the first half. And when you do those things, you're going to dig yourself a big hole, and it's virtually impossible on the road to come back on a really good team like Northwestern that hasn't lost a game in league. I was proud of the guys for finding a way to get back into it, as opposed to losing 20-25. We found a way to get that thing back to single digits, and we got to learn from the mistakes that were made in that game and hopefully correct and play a complete game tomorrow night.
Specifically with Michigan's personnel, what stands out?
Physicality. I mean, and I guess you could probably say that about most teams in this league, but it's another team that's over 30% on offensive rebound percentage. And you just got to find a way to compete on the glass, because they're coming. They come every possession to the glass, and we have to make first contact. If not, obviously we're not athletic and long enough to get those balls when we don't make first contact. The other thing is we got to find a way to generate some extra possessions. And we've been under 5 the last 2 games on the offensive rebounds, and that's another reason. Josiah, and I talked to him about this, played the other night without a rebound. That can't happen. When we play a bigger lineup like that, Rink didn't rebound great the other night. Our guards have to get in and join the fight and find a way to help when that thing goes up and get the long ones. With analytics, those long shots equal long rebounds, and our guards have to get in there. Our bigs are locked up with some monsters in there, so our guards have to do a better job of attacking the glass as well.
Doug McDaniel still serving that road game suspension. How different is Michigan with him and without him?
Well, again, I look at the success that they've had in long stretches, whether they've had Doug McDaniel on the floor or not. And like I said, 10 of their 12 games they've had leads at halftime. The other one was virtually even, and then Purdue. So Doug McDaniel obviously is a hell of a player, but they got other really good players on this team, and again, we're gonna have to be on top of our game to win this one tomorrow.
What are some challenges getting prepared for him being in the lineup versus not?
Well, I mean, I think that it's pretty clear on what his suspension is. So, we're preparing for, Llewellyn to play the majority of the minutes at the point, a guy that's shooting, around 50% from the 3-point line. That's the other thing. They really shoot it. They're third in the league in 3-point percentage. They've got a lot of weapons. They've got size. So, whether he's on the floor or not, this is definitely a dangerous team. And, he was really good, Doug, against Wisconsin in their win the other night.
How's Juwan come along in his play and health-wise just in the past couple weeks returning?
Yeah, he's doing good. Obviously we've been playing him a lot of minutes. It hurt when he fouled out the other night, but the one thing Juwan's going to bring every time he steps on the floor is energy and physicality and versatility. I've liked him guarding on the perimeter. He's a very good perimeter defender. He moves his feet well, and obviously has the ability to guard against bigger guys as well. As I talked to him about, he's got to get back to that junkyard dog offensive rebounding mentality and get after it and go generate some extra possessions for us, especially when we're not making shots at a high clip.
You've coached teams that are hungry with nothing to lose down the stretch. Michigan's in a similar situation. How do you approach this game, being in that situation?
Yeah, I mean, listen, teams in our league are playing start to finish. They're playing really well right now, and Penn State's rolling right now with another big win for them last night over Iowa. Minnesota's got it going right now. I mean, start top to bottom, this league is very dangerous. So if you're not ready to go when that ball goes up and when you lace them up, you're gonna get knocked off. I don't care who you're playing. That's obviously shown. Wisconsin was on the top of the league a week ago, and Michigan knocks them off and played a great game. So we're going to have to be on our A game the rest of the way. We got 7 games left, and every one of them is incredibly important. And one at a time, but we got to be on our A game if we're going to have a chance to play in the postseason.
With the ball security, how much of that, at least recently, is a byproduct of just fatigue, or how much?
Oh, it's more carelessness to me, Robin. And those are the ones that just kill you. Is the unforced. You throw it with one hand and they run through the passing lane to get a dunk. That happened the other night. We showed him about 30 clips of Barnheiser. He gets at least one of those a game. He got 2 of them at our place, and we just casually give him the ball, playing in tight spaces. All those things, and we watch them. I promise you, we watch them every game in our cleanup. And it's just got to be an effort because we've shown we're capable of taking care of the ball. But when we don't, we have a tough time winning.
Coach?
How do you anticipate managing the bye week? Or are you going to game tomorrow?
I'm not there yet. We got a game tomorrow, and then we'll figure out the bye week.
Is everybody healthy?
Yeah. Eli is still hurt, and Ramel was back on the practice floor today, and we'll see how we go tomorrow. All right, thanks.
got Nebraska coach Amy Williams. Coach, if you'd like to make an opening statement and take questions. Huskers play Iowa at noon on Sunday here at Pinnacle Bank Arena.
We're super excited for the opportunity that we have coming up this weekend, and I'm happy to answer questions.
How has your team kind of just responded over the past week since lost to Rutgers and Darian's injury, get that win at Michigan and going into this game?
Yeah, I mean, this is a tough, disappointing loss, and so I was very, very proud of our bounce back. I thought we showed just a lot of grit and toughness on the road to go to Michigan and get that win, and had to overcome just some added minutes for certain players here and there, trying to make up for the things that we lost with Darian not being in the lineup. And so I'm proud of our entire team. I thought it was a team effort, team win, and a tough, gritty win to get us back on the winning track.
Just in general, what's the health of the team right now?
Yeah, it's that time of year. I mean, it's February, and it's just a grind. And so I think there's probably not one single team in the country that's not feeling that. And just, I think we're working hard to just to try to stay healthy as we possibly can.
Coach, there's going to be some added eyeballs on this game on Sunday. What's the conversation with your team, if any, just about the magnitude of obviously Caitlin chasing the record, Iowa coming in, a sellout crowd, everything that goes with it?
Yeah, I think for us, we've been very fortunate to play in front of a lot of really good, strong crowds here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. So we don't talk too much about that. I mean, we are making note, several of the players that are in our program, when they came in on their recruiting visits, we talked about that we were going to be playing in front of sold-out crowds at some point here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. So we certainly are going to take it all in and absorb just that excitement. But for us, the focus just stays on the opportunity that's in front of us, and to continue to keep becoming the best team that we're capable of becoming, keep pressing on the gas and improving through February so we can make a run to the postseason.
I know the result in Iowa City wasn't what you wanted, but is there anything you can take from that game where you're like, we did this really well, we need to replicate that if we're going to beat them this time?
Yeah, I think there were definitely some things that we thought went well that we would like to replicate, and there were definitely some things that we feel like that we really need to improve if we want to give ourselves a chance to win at home. And so we've been working on those things. We'll be focused on those things, and we know it's going to take a complete effort and close to 40 minutes of our best basketball, but we feel really confident that if we do that, that we can be competitive in this game.
Coach, I felt like against Rutgers, you guys kind of sense of urgency in the fourth quarter. Just how do you get out of the gate with more of that intensity at home?
Yeah, well, that's the biggest thing is you have to have a sense of urgency from the very tip. You have to have a sense of urgency for 40 minutes. That's what it takes in the Big Ten Conference, and it doesn't matter who you are playing every single night out. You have to play with that same sense of urgency, and we learned that the other day, and I thought bounced back and played a little closer to that, and we were a little maybe uptight in the first quarter at Michigan, but still played hard. I thought learned and got some more paint touches there in the second quarter, and were able to turn things around. But I think bounced back and showed some resiliency after that Rutgers game.
Through all of Caitlin's time at Iowa, what impresses you most about her game specifically?
I mean, I think that most people point to the logo threes and, the miraculous shots that full speed and transition and stop on a dime. And, but for me, I think the things that are standing out as the most impressive is just the conditioning level that she has, the speed that she plays with, her ability, no matter how many people try to limit her touches on the ball, she still finds ways to get herself open, and she's just really crafty and faster than people think, and in way better condition.
Has there ever been a player you've had a more tougher time game planning for in your coaching career that you know
There's been some really good ones, to have to game plan for, but certainly she's at the top of that list, and I think it's been difficult. There's been a lot of coaches that have not figured out how to crack the code. It's just that Nebraska gets more opportunities since they are our protected rival, and we're going to play them at least twice and maybe 3 times every year. So I think it's definitely a tough thing to try to take her away. I think very few people have found ways to limit her.
She's not the only one that has shown that they can have good games. Hannah Stolke scored 47 points on 17 and 19 or something crazy like that yesterday. Just how tough is she to game plan for, just knowing what she's capable of?
She's also a real challenge, and it's because she runs the floor so incredibly hard on every single possession, and then she plays with one of the best passers in the country, and so then when you have a player that's as fast as she is, willing to run the floor the way that she does, and then willing passers that are able to reward her, that's another tough element to their offense to try to keep under wraps.
Going back to back against 2 top 5 teams, does that change your preparation at all, or is it kind of the same way as always?
It's the same way as always. Just each game we've been playing, each game is the most important game on our schedule because it's the next one, and our preparation won't change. We just do what we do, trying to become the best version of ourselves.
The ticket resale market is insane for this game. I just checked it again. It's anywhere from $200 to north of $500 to get into this game on Sunday. What does that mean to you, just knowing that there's such a demand for a women's sporting event?
Hard to put into words. It's pretty special, unique, and fun to be a part of.
Will you have recruits here Sunday?
Yes, we most definitely will be trying to capitalize on the energy and atmosphere that's going to be inside Pinnacle Bank Arena, and excited to share that and let people see just how fun it is here in Lincoln, Nebraska, how much we support women's basketball, and it's a great time to be a Husker.
Sunday, the bifurcating game.
Yes.
Anything special for that?
Yeah, well, we'll all be in pink, and just some really cool tributes throughout the game, and ways to honor breast cancer survivors, breast cancer currently people that are battling breast cancer, and it's an important thing for several players on our team who have been touched closely with their families through that, and so we're going to be really excited to take part in that.
Anything else? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I also like hearing